It's wild. The more I think about Katy Perry, the more I start to realize just how much she has in common with Meghan Markle. Two women from completely different worlds, royalty, if you can call it that, and music, yet they seem to find themselves falling into the same trap. Living for public validation, but then crashing headfirst into public exhaustion. Both of them built brands about being the underdog who won. The girl who wasn't supposed to get the crown. The girl who turned rejection into triumph. But when the applause started fading, they both reacted the same way, by demanding more applause. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Antoinette Chanel, and welcome back to my channel. Katy and Meghan possess this one fatal flaw, which is that they cannot exist without the audience cheering. They've both wrapped their public identities around the same things: being adored, being celebrated, being affirmed, constantly. This means motherhood is part of the brand. Marriage, content for the audience. Every public appearance, a performance designed to carefully say, look at me, look at how well I'm doing, clap for me, I am amazing. And when the applause isn't loud enough, they don't pivot, they double down. This is the thinking behind Katy Perry's hijacking of that woman's bachelorette moment on stage, where, you know, there's this woman who's celebrating that she's getting married for the first time and hopefully only time, and Katy's talking about how she needs to carve out space for that second marriage.
Wow, Mandy. Bachelorette in Las Vegas, huh? Is this your first marriage or second marriage? First.
Let's hope this one.
Let me tell you something. Orlando Bloom. Just carve out a little space for that second.
It's why Meghan Markle's Netflix doc was chock full of glossy, pretty images of hand-holding and vibes, but it didn't manage to tell us anything. It's the same strategy, the same inability to read the room, the same assumption that everybody who's watching is fully on board with whatever it is that they're trying to sell. Katy Perry also took it upon herself to drag her middle school crush while performing at her old middle school. Her dragging her crush in front of everybody while on stage is very much in line with Meghan's idea that I'm going to bottle up this victimhood that I am reporting about and create a Netflix series out of that, thus making victimhood into a personality trait of hers. Both are operating under the belief that their personal milestones are universally meaningful, but spoiler alert, they're not. The mistake? Centering themselves in every story, always, at all cost. Katy wants her relationships, her motherhood, her career to stand as proof that she has made it and that she's won. Meghan does the same thing. Her marriage, her motherhood, her personal rebellion against the crown. She sees that as a fairy tale that everyone should clap for. But the problem is when you make yourself the center of every story, then it's very easy for people to go from rooting for you to then rooting against you because everything's all about you. And let's read the room, let's look around us, let's have some self-awareness. The public is tired. Katy Perry's split from Orlando Bloom isn't a surprise to anyone. Not because love is dead, but because the relationship, especially in the last couple of years, definitely seemed more performative and more for show, for what everyone else would say, rather than about the two of them. And Meghan's constant churn of carefully staged photos and the mystery children and these weird monologues that she gives when she's being interviewed for podcasts that are supposed to be all about empowerment. It's the same thing. People are exhausted by the performance. They're tired of seeing it. The branding is turning people off. Both of them have spent years feeding a machine that really only works if the audience is paying attention. And right now, the audience is not to those two. Katy Perry and Meghan Markle are proof that you cannot build a brand simply on needing people to clap for you. Because when the clapping stops, and it's always going to stop, just, you know, some of us have applause that lasts longer, but that applause always runs out. And when it does, What's next? What do you actually have besides the empty echo of a story that nobody's buying anymore? The applause was never supposed to be the destination, and I think both these women are learning that right now. Those are my thoughts on this topic. My friends, thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to, please give it a thumbs up and a like. That really helps me in the algorithm. Also, if you'd like to see more of my content, consider hitting the subscribe button so that you can see all of my content and be notified when I upload to YouTube. If you want to keep up with me on Instagram, you can at the handle that's on your screen there. Thank you so much again, friends. I'll be talking to you again soon, and take care. Bye.